Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Uh, in this class, we are going to solve a problem. Kindly go through the question, what it has been given. So, what does it say? A particle has displacement of 12 meters towards east and 5 meters towards north, and then 6 meters vertically upward. The sum of these displacement is. So, what is happening? What has been given? A particle has displaced 12 meters towards east. So if this is the particle, it is moving 12 meters towards the east and 5 meters towards north, 5 meters towards north, and then 6 meters vertically up. 6 meters vertically up. I am putting dotted line, meaning it is coming out of the plane of the board. Yes. So this is how the question is. We need to find the sum of these displacements right from the starting point to the new point, and this cannot be happening directly. How can we be doing this is either you take root of 12 square plus 5 square, which will give you the displacement of from the first to the second vector position, and then with that resultant to the third one, or you can directly add square and add all of them, 12 square plus 5 square plus 6 square. So this will give you the answer of root of 205. All right, that is close to 14.31. So this is your answer for the question. So let's move on to the next question. A body moves due east with velocity 20 kilometers per hour and then due north with velocity 15 kilometers per hour. So it moves 20 kilometers per hour, then first it moves east with 20 kilometers per hour, then due north with velocity 15 kilometers per hour. The resultant velocity. So we need to find the resultant velocity here. How will you find the resultant velocity? It is moving east and then due north. Yes. So clearly it is again root of the squares. So root of 20 square plus 15 square will give you the answer. Root of 20 square plus 15 square, that is 625, under root, which is a perfect square, that is 25 kilometers per hour. 25 kilometers per hour. So option 4 is the right answer. With this, let's move to the next question. 4 girls skating on a circular ice ground of radius 200 meter. This is the circular ground which he is talking about, of radius 200 meter, starting from a point P on the edge of the ground. The girl is starting from point P and reach a point Q diametrically opposite to P, following different paths as shown in the figure. Yani it is moving with different options. From P it starts, it moves to Q via A path, second is via B, third is C, fourth is the zigzag one, the D option. So four चार अलग अलग तरीकों से the girl is skating on the ice ground. What is the question? For which girl displacement is equal to the actual length of the path skated? So for which girl displacement is equal to actual path? Actual path और displacement दोनों same होना चाहिए. Displacement clearly in these four options, option C is the shortest distance between P and Q. That is nothing but the diameter, that is 2r, isn't it? So option C is where the person is going with displacement. Remaining are path lengths, meaning they are distance traveled. The directions are changing again and again. So it clearly shows that, see here the directions which I am drawing, again and again the directions are changing. So actually option A, B and D, they are distance traveled, whereas option C is displacement because it is going along a straight path without any change in direction. So here he has clearly asked displacement is equal to actual length. This is the only case, option C. So the answer is option 3, that is path C is the right answer. So let's move to the next question. What does the question say? What is the value of linear velocity if omega is this much, r is so much? Yes, omega and r is given. What is the value of linear velocity? We know that v is equal to omega cross r. He has also given in the question v is equal to omega cross r. So he is asking the linear velocity. Omega is given 3i minus 4j plus k, and r is given 5i minus 6j plus k cap. So we need to find v is equal to omega cross r. What is the simple method? It is given by I, j, k. The determinant you will solve. plus, minus and plus you will put here. These are the basics. First is omega. So omega is 3 minus 4 and 1. 3 minus 4 and 1. R is given as 5 is the coefficient of I, minus 6 and plus 6. 5 minus 6 and plus 6. So when you solve this, you will be getting, okay, I'll even show you how the determinants are solved. So first you will take I cap with a plus sign multiplied by, look at here, when you talk about I, you take only these 4. You leave, that is in the column and row of I cap, you will only take the remaining, that is minus 4. I'll show it to you here. I think you can see this is the thing that we will take. So how will we solve? I cap into minus 4 into 6 is 6 4 is 24, minus 24, minus 6 into 1 is minus 6, that becomes plus 6. Then minus j cap, along with minus j cap, this time what will we take? We'll leave these rows, we'll only take these. Okay, so first we'll solve 3 into 6 minus 5 into 1. Okay, so let's do this. Minus j cap we have taken, 3 into 6 is 18, 3 and 6, minus 5 ones are 5. Then plus k cap times k cap ke liye what will we take? These are the things that we take. We leave the column and row. So 3 into minus 6 minus of 5 into minus 4. Let's see what you will do. So 3 into minus 6 minus 18, minus 5 4s are 20, minus 20, so plus 20. Okay, formula has minus. So when you solve this, what will we get? Minus 24 plus 6 is minus 18. So you will get minus 18 I cap minus j cap. Along with it, what you will get? 18 minus 5, 13 j cap. Then k cap, what will you get? Minus 18 plus 20 is plus 2. So plus 2 k cap. So this is your answer for velocity. So this is the answer, around 18. But the problem is the option given is wrong. So the right option, you'll just change it, minus 18 I cap minus 13 j cap plus 2 k cap, meaning he has missed along with minus 1. So jo bhi option what he has given, actually negative of the option 2 is the answer. Anyhow, we have got the working right. I hope you have understood this particular case. Let me just get back once again. What is the value of linear velocity where omega and r is given? V is equal to omega cross r is a standard formula. So how will we solve? We will write omega cross r. We will write plus minus plus I j k, and then we will start writing the coefficients of omega first. That is 3 minus 4 and 1. That's what we have written here. Then we write the coefficients of r, that is 5 minus 6 and plus 6. We have written that also. Now how will we solve? First we'll write the first term plus I cap multiplied by these terms, minus 4 into 6 minus of minus 6 into 1. That's what we have done here. Then comes minus j cap, minus j le liya, and minus j ke liye this gets cancelled. We only have this and this. So how will we write? 3 into 6 minus of 5 into 1. So we get 18 minus 5. Then we come to plus k cap. When you do plus k cap multiplied by, these are the things which go off, row and column we need to avoid, only these things we need to take. So it is 3 into minus 6 minus of 5 into minus 4. You get minus 18 plus 20. When you solve, you are getting this answer. I hope this is clear. So let us discuss this next question. What does it say? Two balls A and B of same masses. The masses are same. So I can write M1 is equal to M2 is equal to M. Okay. Then are thrown from top of a building. A thrown upward with velocity V. B thrown downward with velocity V. So this is the case. So let me draw the case first. You have the top of a building. What does it say? Same masses. A is thrown upward with velocity. A is thrown upwards. A is thrown upwards with velocity V. So UA is equal to V for the body A. Okay. This is my body A. Next. And B thrown downwards. Let us say B is thrown downwards with velocity B. VB ki velocity UB is equal to V. Both are same. Okay, upward downward है तो this can be taken positive, this one can be taken negative. Okay, so negative बोल के डाल रहा हूँ. Then what is the question asked? Velocity of A is more than B at ground. Velocity of B is more than A at ground. Both A and B strike the ground with same velocity. None of these. So what will be the option? A travels this way, whereas B the path is this way. Yes. Now observe, even when you discuss this tower wala problem, where anything is thrown upwards, it goes, takes the path like this. Yes, but whatever velocity is here, same velocity will be here but negative direction. Just the difference यहाँ upward होता है या negative होता है. So same height पे the velocities will be equal and opposite. So once it comes to here, it's the velocity same but downward direction, meaning the velocity with which the B is thrown. So basically what is happening, A and B, A travels a bigger path, A takes a bigger path, B takes from here. Yes, but what is happening is A, when it reaches the point B, its velocity becomes equal to B. So now it is as if both are going down with same velocity. So both of them reach with the same velocity. That's the right answer. Both A and B strike the ground with same velocity. So this needs to be understood. If you have solved the problem wherein you have an object being thrown from the top of a tower, you would have seen that problem wherein you need to find what is the maximum height. You can get time of ascent from here to here and time of descent from here to here. Yes, and from here to here also you apply the equation and check, you will get the velocity. So that particular problem, if you have understood, then you can give the answer to this problem very easily. Okay, so I hope you have understood this particular question. Let's solve the next question. A girl throws her engagement ring from the top of a building 12 meter high with an initial horizontal speed of 5 meters per second. Speed with which the ring it touches the ground is. So please understand the question. Give it a proper reading. Girl throws her engagement ring from the top of a building 12 meter high. So there is a building which is 12 meter height with an initial horizontal speed of 5 meter. We need to observe horizontal, he has told. And then he says speed with which the ring touches the ground is. We need to find the speed with which it touches the ground. Let's draw a rough figure for it. This is the top of the building which is 12 meter height. Okay, that's what he has told. Girl throws her engagement ring from top of a building with initial speed, horizontal speed of 5 meters. So if this is the ring, it is thrown horizontally with a speed of 5 meters per second. So how will be the path? The path will be somewhat like this. This will be the path. Yes, this will be the path with which the ring goes. Okay, so what is happening here is speed with which it touches the ground. When it comes here, just before touching the ground, it has two components of velocity. One horizontal component remains same. Yes, I hope you have understood. In the trajectory of a projectile, you would have understood that velocity, horizontal component remains the same throughout the journey. Vertical component, what happens at the starting, it will be more. When it reaches the topmost point, horizontal component becomes 0, then it becomes negative direction, reaches maximum. Yes, so throughout the journey what is happening is horizontal component remains same, vertical component शुरू में maximum, फिर 0, फिर minimum. Minimum मतलब negative maximum. Okay, negative maximum. I hope you understand this part. Okay, so with this, what do we need to calculate? We clearly already have Vx, yani final velocity x component we have, final velocity y component we need. So how will we solve? We know that Vy square minus Uy square is equal to 2as becomes 2gh. Yes, I am using the formula V square minus U square is equal to 2as. Using this, for component form I will write y, ay, and s becomes y itself. Yeah, so Vy square minus Uy square equals 2gh. In this, Uy is not there because they have clearly told she throws horizontally. There is no vertical component in the starting, so Uy becomes 0. So I can directly get Vy square. Vy square will be 2 into g, let us take 10, height is 12, so you get close to 240. Yes, 240. Now the component, we have got this Vy square we have got, so Vy is root of 240. So at one place you have 5 and vertical component is root 240. Okay, 240. So what will you do? We need v. V is equal to root of vx square plus vy square. Root of vx square plus vy square. So how will we solve? Just substitute 5 square plus 240 will be the answer, because vy square we have directly got square na, so we are substituting 240. So the answer 25 plus 240, the option comes close to 16.2 meters per second. So your option is option 4. I hope this particular problem is understood. All right, next question. A football is kicked into air vertically upwards with velocity u. Football is kicked vertically upwards with velocity u. The velocity of the ball at highest point you already know. When you kick the ball, it goes this way. For example, highest point velocity is 0. So the answer to this question, and actually when you observe, it is kicked vertically upward, yani ball is kicked vertically upward. Actually practically cases it goes something like this, but he has clearly told vertically upward. So once it reaches the maximum point, here the velocity will be 0. So the answer to this question is 0. Alright, next question. A bomb is released by a horizontal flying aeroplane. Bomb is released by a horizontal flying aeroplane. Let us say this is the aeroplane. Also, I'm very bad at figures. Please observe. I imagine this to be the aeroplane. It is going straight in the air horizontally. The trajectory of the bomb, once it leaves the bomb, it goes this way, isn't it? So it is like a parabola. So the answer is parabola. Okay. So this one was a simple one. Alright, let us move on to the next question. In case of a projectile motion, what is the angle between velocity and acceleration at the highest point? In case of a projectile motion, what is the angle between velocity and acceleration at highest point? Velocity and acceleration at highest point. When you take the highest point, acceleration due to gravity will be g downwards. Velocity v cos theta, meaning the horizontal component remains always constant, isn't it? तो यहाँ अगर बोलता तो कुछ वर्टिकल कुछ हॉरिजॉन्टल होता, फुल हॉरिजॉन्टल होता वी कॉस थीटा, वर्टिकल कम होता जाता. At maximum height, vertical component becomes 0, so you have only horizontal component and acceleration due to gravity. So the clear cut answer is 90 degrees. Alright, let us move on to the next question. Which of the following is true regarding projectile motion? He is talking about projectile motion. What is true? Horizontal velocity of projectile is constant. This we already know. Always the horizontal component, we can say ux, या फिर vx will always be v cos theta, या फिर I can write u से शुरू हो रहा है ना, so I can write u cos theta. So always horizontal velocity of a projectile will remain constant. That is the right answer. Guess what? Which of the following is true? We have already got the first one itself to be true. The remaining 3 must be wrong. Vertical velocity of projectile constant हो नहीं सकता. I have already told whenever you throw, whenever a body takes a projectile, in the starting its vertical velocity will be maximum. At the highest point will be 0, and somewhere here it would have become negative. Here it becomes negative maximum. यानी जितना यहाँ से शुरू हुई थी उतनी ही वेलोसिटी यहाँ पर नेगेटिव में आएगी. तो क्लियर कट वर्टिकल कंपोनेंट कैन नॉट बी कांस्टेंट. एक्सेलरेशन इज नॉट कांस्टेंट. एक्सेलरेशन थ्रू आउट द जर्नी g remains downwards itself, isn't it? So g is constant. So ये जो बोला है acceleration is not constant, it has to be constant. Momentum is constant. This also is wrong because velocity is changing. So ज़ाहिर सी बात है momentum must be changing. So the right answer which you have here is horizontal velocity of projectile is constant. This is the only right option. Let's discuss the next question. Two projectiles are fired from the same point. Two projectiles are fired from the same point with same speed at angles of projection 60 and 30. Which one of the following is true? When before going to the options, we can observe two projectiles are fired from same point, same speed, सबका velocity same है, and angles of projection 60 and 30. We already know 60 30 are complementary angles. Yes, so with this, if 60 and 30 पे project करा, range will be the same. First option, range, their range will be the same. This is the right answer. Yes, रिमेनिंग लेट अस चेक, देयर मैक्सिमम हाइट विल बी द सेम. इट विल बी रॉन्ग बिकॉज 30 के एंगल से जो फेंका जाएगा और 60 के एंगल से जो फेंका जाएगा, इसकी ट्रेजेक्ट्री ऐसे इसके ऊपर से जाके सेम पॉइंट पे आएगी, यानी रेंज दोनों का सेम होगा, मैक्सिमम हाइट अलग अलग होगा, इजंट इट. तो हाइट ऑफ 60 डिग्री वाला will be more, 30 degree will be less. Their velocity at highest point will be the same. Velocity at highest point here also there will be a change, although you can say both are with same speed. Initially their speed is u only, but here when it comes u cos theta, here cos 60 आएगा, इसका cos 30 आएगा, तो 60 और 30 cos 60 की वजह से फ़र्क आएगा. Velocity cannot be same. Their time of flight will be the same. Obviously not true, because this is taking a longer journey, this is taking a shorter journey. Time of flight will be different. So the only answer is their range will be the same. I hope you have understood the solution. Alright, let's move to this question. Let us discuss this one. What does it say? The relation between time of flight of projectile Tf and the time to reach maximum height Tm, yani time of ascent. So Tf, time of flight, we know that time of ascent is equal to time of descent, neglecting air resistance, and time of flight is nothing but 2 times the time of ascent or 2 times the time of descent, 2 times the time of descent. So clearly here he has told this thing as Tm, so the answer is Tf is equal to 2 Tm. Tf is equal to 2 Tm. So we can understand Tf is equal to 2u sin theta by g is the formula. If you say time of ascent, we get u sin theta by g, u sin theta by g. Similarly, Td will be also the same thing. Just to make you remember the formulas I am telling, the simple clear-cut logic is Tf is equal to 2 times Tm. Okay, let's move on to the next question. The trajectory of a projectile is represented by, before moving forward, let me make you understand a few words, very important. Trajectory of a projectile, projectile बोलते हैं जो चीज़ कुछ एंगल पे फेंकी जा रही है, ट्रेजेक्ट्री बोलते हैं उसके पाथ को. द पाथ ऑफ अ प्रोजेक्टाइल इज कॉल्ड ट्रेजेक्ट्री, यानी कोई भी चीज़ आप फेंको ऐसे, यस, सो ये जो पाथ है ना, दिस पाथ इज कॉल्ड ट्रेजेक्ट्री ऑफ अ प्रोजेक्टाइल. ये जो मोशन है पूरा, इसको बोलते हैं प्रोजेक्टाइल. ठीक है, तो आई होप दिस इज क्लियर. ट्रेजेक्ट्री ऑफ अ प्रोजेक्टाइल इज रिप्रेजेंटेड बाई y is equal to √3x minus gx square by 2. The angle of projection is, simple question है. Y is equal to tan theta x minus g के साथ बाकी टर्म आता है, हमें यहीं पे सॉल्व हो जाएगा. tan थीटा की जगह √3 है, सो tan थीटा इज इक्वल टू √3. सो थीटा का आंसर डायरेक्टली आपको मिलेगा, थीटा का आंसर आपको डायरेक्टली मिल जाएगा एज 60, बस tan 60 इज √3. therefore 60 is the answer to this question. Alright, let's move on to the next question. In a projectile motion, velocity at maximum height, projectile motion में maximum height पे velocity क्या होगी? Everyone knows, initially it starts with u. When it goes to the maximum point, here there is only horizontal component u cos theta. So u cos theta is the answer to this question. Clear? If he asks what is the horizontal component of velocity, answer is u cos theta. If he asks what is the velocity of maximum height, it is again u cos theta. If he says what is the vertical component, then the answer is 0. Okay, I hope this is clear. Let's move on to the next question. If for a given angle of projection the horizontal range is doubled, the time of flight becomes, horizontal range is doubled, the time of flight becomes, so r is proportional to u square. From the formula, r is equal to u square sin 2 theta by g. R is proportional to u square. What about time of flight? Time of flight is proportional to u, isn't it? The horizontal range is doubled, what will happen to the time of flight? So if you double the horizontal range, this will also, what will happen? R is proportional to u square. So if this is doubled, what happens to this? U square. Again u, t is directly proportional to u. So if you just use these two equations and try to compare, you get the answer √3 times. √3 times. Or you can do the other way of also. You can write the formula r is equal to u square sin 2 theta by g. R is equal to u square sin 2 theta by g. He has told the horizontal range is doubled. Yes, the horizontal range is doubled. So to double the range, he must have changed the velocity. How much should the velocity be changed to make r as 2r? For that to get sin 2 theta by g as it is, u square को क्या होना चाहिए? Yes, this we need to find. So u square को क्या करना है कि 2r आ जाए. √2u अगर लूँगा तो √2u द होल स्क्वायर करूँगा तो 2u आ जाएगा. So meaning u must be changed to √2 times u to make r as 2r. Yes. तो जैसे ही √2 बनाना है, टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट क्या होगी? √2 को लेकर के t इज इक्वल टू 2u साइन थीटा बाई जी फार्मूला है. अब u का फार्मूला 2u की जगह √2u है साइन थीटा बाई जी. तो 2u साइन थीटा बाई जी बाहर आ जाएगा, पुराना वाला बन जाएगा. बचा क्या? √2 टाइम्स. तो बेसिकली √2 टाइम्स इट हैज़ टू हैपन. यहीं पे आपका आंसर क्लियर हो गया एक्चुअली कि u must change to √2 times u. I hope this is clear. So let us solve the next two problems which I am trying to explain. Read out the question. The speed of a projectile at a highest point becomes 1 by √2 times its initial speed. The speed of a projectile at highest point becomes 1 by √2 times the initial speed. The horizontal range of the projectile will be. This question is really simple. How will we solve? The speed of a projectile is at the highest point. At the highest point, the speed is u cos theta. Correct? Only horizontal component remains at the highest point. Becomes 1 by √2 times the initial speed. Becomes 1 by √2 times the initial speed. Meaning, u remains u itself, but something is happening to cos theta which is making it 1 by √2. So when will cos theta be? When will cos theta be equal to 1 by √2? This happens when theta is equal to 45. This is what you need to understand. So theta becomes 45. Only then speed of the projectile at highest point becomes 1 by √2 times its initial speed. This happens if theta is equal to 45. The horizontal, अब ये चीज़ चेंजेस भी कर सकते हैं. 1 by √2 की जगह √3/2 बोल दिया या 1 by √3 बोल दिया. कोई भी ले सकते हैं. कॉस के जो स्टैंडर्ड एंगल्स हैं उसमें से कुछ भी ले सकते हैं. The horizontal range of the projectile will be. So once you have understood theta equals 45, range का फॉर्मूला है u square sin 2 theta by g. u square sin 2 theta by g. But he is asking the horizontal range of the projectile. The range clearly theta is 45. Range will be maximum. Maximum value is u square by g itself. So the answer to this question is u square by g. Or you can apply theta as 45 in sin 2 theta. You can write and then find, still you will get the same answer. Okay, I hope this answer has been understood. Let us try to solve the next question in the which we are seeing. The projectile is projected with, let us change the color so that you can differentiate. The projectile is projected with initial velocity 6i cap plus 8j cap. If g is equal to 10, then the horizontal range is. So we need to understand what he has given in the question first. Okay, so this was the old one. I'm leaving it here. Let us take this thing. Projectile with initial velocity. Initial velocity has given 6i plus 8j. Yes. If g is equal to 10, g is equal to 10 meters per second square he has given. The horizontal range is. So calculate this. Range का formula क्या है? Range is equal to velocity. Horizontal velocity into time of flight ले लेंगे तो range आ जाएगा. Ux we already have here. Yes, all we need to do is find time of flight. For time of flight, what I will do, when you throw from here to here, that is time of ascent. I can apply the equation here, v equals u plus at. So vy is equal to uy plus at. In this, vy is this top point. Top point I am taking because velocity there is 0. So 0 is equal to uy, he has already given uy as 8. Yes, minus gt, 10 into t, time of ascent. So time of ascent you are getting as 0.8. Time of ascent you are getting 0.8. Therefore time of flight will be twice that, that is 1.6 seconds. So that you substitute here, you get 6 into 1.6. So the answer you will get 6 into 1.6, that is 9.6 meters. So this 9.6 meter is your answer. I'll just repeat the solution how we solved once again. A horizontal projectile is projected with initial velocity 6i cap plus 8j cap जैसे ही दे दिया, x component y component दे दिया है, g दिया है, horizontal range पहचानना है. रेंज का फॉर्मूला इस बार क्योंकि कंपोनेंट दिया है तो कंपोनेंट फॉर्म में horizontal component of velocity multiplied by time of flight is the formula. ux given in the question, just time of flight पहचानना है. टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट के लिए मैंने उसके जर्नी का आधा हिस्सा लिया, राइट फ्रॉम द इनिशियल टू द मैक्सिमम हाइट. तो वी वाई हियर इज 0, यू वाई हियर ही इज गिवन इन द क्वेश्चन. तो v इक्वल्स यू प्लस 80 कॉम्पोनेंट फॉर्म यूज़ किया, 0 सब्स्टिट्यूट किया, 8 फ्रॉम द क्वेश्चन, ये ऑल्सो क्वेश्चन, टी ए फाइंड आउट किया, 0.8 मिला, डबल किए तो टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट मिल गया. विद दैट यू हैव जस्ट सॉल्व्ड. I hope this particular question you have understood. Alright, let us solve these two questions. If the time of flight of a projectile is 10 seconds, range is 500, the maximum height attained by it will be. Very easy question. Time of flight of a projectile is 10 seconds, TF is 2u sin theta by g. That is already given 10. Time of flight. From this, what I can do, I can completely take out u sin theta. u sin theta will be g उस तरफ 2 डिनोमिनेटर पे, तो 10 into 10 by 2, that is 50. I hope you understood what I did. 10 is this one, this 10 is nothing but g, 2 went down, so when you solve you get 50. Okay, so u sin theta you have got it from this. What is he asking? Maximum height. Maximum height का फॉर्मूला क्या है? Maximum height का फॉर्मूला है u square sin square theta by 2g. दैट इज़ यू साइन थीटा ऊपर का होल स्क्वायर करना है, यानी 50 स्क्वायर, 50 इंटू 50 बाय 2 इंटू 10. सो व्हेन यू सॉल्व दिस यू विल गेट द आंसर. यस, व्हाट इज द आंसर दैट यू आर गेटिंग? 2 1 जा 2, 25 जा 25, 5 जा 125. दिस विल बी द आंसर. यानी यहाँ पर रेंज जो दिया है उसकी ज़रूरत भी नहीं थी. हालांकि व्हाट हियर ही वुड हैव डन, ही हैज़ गिवन टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट एज वेल एज रेंज, सो दैट यू पुट complete formulas for both of them, find out u, find out theta, then you will substitute in maximum height. Instead of doing that, from time of flight what I did, 2u sin theta by g में u sin theta अलग कर लिया, u sin theta का वैल्यू 50 मिल गया, h में u स्क्वायर साइन स्क्वायर है, यानी इसी को स्क्वायर करके ऊपर डाल दिया, तो 50 इंटू 50 ये लिखा हुआ है, एंड देन 2g एज इट इज़ 2 इंटू 10, you get the answer 125 meter. I hope this was not quick, it was really simple. Let us move on to the next question. In a projectile motion of the in the projectile motion, the velocity, what happens to velocity? That's what he is trying to ask. Okay, so is always perpendicular to acceleration, is never perpendicular to acceleration, is perpendicular to acceleration for one instant only, is perpendicular to acceleration for 2 instant. आप जानते हो ये जो पाथ लेता है इस पॉइंट पे g नीचे होता है, u cos थीटा ऐसे होता है. वन ऑफ द प्रीवियस प्रॉब्लम में हमने किया है, isn't it? तो ये एक ही स्टेट है जहाँ पर एक्सेलरेशन नीचे और वेलोसिटी साइड को है, तो ओनली इन वन इंस्टेंट इट हैपन्स, बाकी तमाम इंस्टेंट्स में ऐसा नहीं होता. सो द आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन इज इट हैपन्स ओनली इन वन इंस्टेंट, दैट इज ऑप्शन 3. आई होप दिस क्वेश्चन इज अंडरस्टूड. Alright, let us do the next two questions which we are trying to understand. A cricketer can throw a ball to a maximum horizontal distance of 100 meters. Can throw a ball to a maximum horizontal distance. Okay, horizontal distance of 100 meters. With the same effort, he throws the ball vertically upwards. The maximum height attained by the ball is. Range maximum and height maximum का ये question है. Range maximum क्या आ रहा है? When he is throwing, maximum range which is possible, he is telling is u square sin square theta by u square sin 2 theta by g is the formula, but I am only taking u square by g, that is equal to 100. I hope you understood why. He has clearly told maximum horizontal distance that happens, so the formula will be this, u square by g is equal to 100. With the same effort he throws the ball vertically upwards, so from this we need to take something. U square will be equal to 1000. I'm assuming g as 10. With this we'll use now, he throws vertically upwards, तो maximum height का formula, height maximum का formula क्या है? u square by 2g लिखूँगा, u square by 2g. साइन स्क्वायर वाला टर्म मैं छोड़ रहा हूँ बिकॉज जैसे ही मैक्सिमम बोल दिया साइन वैल्यू नहीं लेते हैं, तो u स्क्वायर बाई 2g, इसमें u स्क्वायर ऊपर से मिला है 1000 बाई 2 इंटू 10, तो आंसर 50 मीटर को आएगा. यानी जब वो हॉरिजॉन्टल डिस्टेंस में दूर फेंकता है तो 100 मीटर पहुंच रहा है, वर्टिकली उतने ही फोर्स से ऊपर फेंकेगा तो 50 मीटर तक की हाइट तक जाएगा। क्लियर है? सो दिस क्वेश्चन इज सिंपल। मोशन ऑफ वन प्रोजेक्टाइल एज सीन बाय अनदर प्रोजेक्टाइल, एक प्रोजेक्टाइल है, दूसरे प्रोजेक्टाइल को देखना है एक प्रोजेक्टाइल से। क्लियर कट, बोथ आर मूविंग इन अ पाथ ऑफ अ प्रोजेक्टाइल, सो द आंसर हैज़ टू बी अ स्ट्रेट लाइन, isn't it? It has to be a straight line because the frame of reference and the system which you are trying to study both are moving in projectile motion, so both of them feel that they are going along a straight line. I hope this is understood.